hardly know anything about God of War. In fact, the last one that I played was God of War Chains of Olympus, and I'm proud to say that I can barely remember what happened in the game. Having said that, I'm highly qualified to do this ranking and predict what will happen. Go get your drink, put on your blanket, and let's rank this, partners. We all know how the ranking functions, so I'ma skip to the interesting part. Today's highest prize is God of War. Let's see who's worthy of that title. Let's start by congratulating Santa Monica Studios, because this is the first game since Smash Ultimate that a game company was so willing to make a huge crossover with other companies. So, let's start the ranking with one of the most unexpected crossover in the entire game, the liquor. Who knew that Capcom were so smart to land the iconic liquors into a Nordic scenario? Here, we can see a brainless devil licking all over... what was his name again? Oh yeah! Ragnarök! Of course it is! Look, it's even here on the top of the name! Don't... We can see that Ragnarok's really angry and upset during the entire trailer. And I mean, who wouldn't? Ouch! Imagine trying to get your passport and after all the paperwork and headaches, not only the official made a mistake and now you're officially called Kerrang! But also you have to fist fight freaking liquor. Anyhow, thank you Capcom. Nordic liquor definitely goes here. Now, as I said, Kerrang is very angsty and he fights lots of enemies on his journey. One of those are humans. He fights standard humans, crossbows humans, maces humans. Yeah, those are boring as F. So, all of them get Ragnarok's D of approval. And talking about D, what's up with that old man that suddenly appeared? What's his name? I can't be calling him old man, so let's call him... Cold Talker! Yeah! MGS crossover!
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Wait, what? Konami wants to see me? Hold on! I meant... Code Walker. Code Walker is definitely here to steer the pot, saying things like Ragnarok's blood is on his son's hand. What's up with that, you freak? Just cause you like hamburgers? Wait, what? I have to say hamburger on Old North? I didn't say it? Of course I know Nordic, guys. That's easy. Hamburguesas. So yeah, Walker eats a lot of hamburguesas, and supposedly he made a research with the parasites that the ant had. But how? As you can clearly see, the ant exploded. So, did he research the leftover of the body? Did he capture his parrot and time travel to MGS2 and gave it to Emma? Jesus, what a BS and lame explanation for the most boring antagonist on the entire MGS series. As for the gods have controlled, Cold Walker goes directly to the demon. Now, it turns out that Cold Walker wasn't the only MGS character on this game. Oh no, far from it. We also have a special appearance of a particular sniper lady. Yes! Nordic Quiet! Will she be sniping alongside Akira? Will she become invisible? Will her face makeup become as crazy as the insane body shots of Quiet? All your raging questions will be answered with the launch of the long-awaited Chapter 51. I mean, the lady really doesn't say a word in the entire trailer, so not quite goes here. Now, this kiddo keeps appearing during the entire time, but we have no names. I know it's my fault that I haven't played the last God of War, Corey, but come on, just because you're famous and living on the house doesn't mean that we all have that big opportunity, Mr. President's son. Talking about Corey, This kid looks a lot like Newt, but his name is you know what? ATR perro cumbia gato. Anyhow, Atari has grown up since the last game, so much so that we can see him doing this super awesome attack. Or how about this super exciting moment? Or his super final attack? Man, this kid really leads to his name. Space Invaders could never. I wanna put him lower, but my mom has told me to respect my elders, so Mr. Atari, you gotta see. Oh, by the way, the lizard they were trying to kill seems very cool and chill. You can go next, Atari. Now, according to Cold Walker, this lady is looking for the God of War, and god dang it, dude, you just destroyed her face! Man, talk about making Negan proud of that hit. I respect your resilience, lady, but you deserve being right here next to Atari. No, don't you worry, cause soon Atari will eat a hit as well. In fact, let me introduce you to another crossover character. That's right, Garuda from Final Fantasy. As we can see, Cody really liked Final Fantasy XI so much, and he was so impressed with her story that he privately called to Nomura and say, "Hey, buddy, I wanna use Garuda, we cool?" And Nomura was like, "Sir, I don't know who you are. Please stop calling me. I will call the FBI next time." So, after some FBI calls and court battles, Cory was legally able to put not only one, but two Garudas, and look how much beauty he had into them. The first thing that they do is to bully a smile child, and one of them uses an afterburner cake. Man, if you're gonna bully a kid, at least hit him harder. But I should go to the bottom, but it was actually really funny to realize two deities are bullying a kid. Look, I'm here. Now, Mr. Curry decided to do the weirdest crossover and add a World of Warcraft character. In this case, the big, the beauty, the ruthless Queen Ashara herself. There's actually not really much else that I can say about her, but she's dope. I have to put her here. Now, did you actually thought that the world crossover was weird? Well, ladies, gentlemen, friends and pals, I present you with Mr. Corey's most expensive and creative addition to the game. Live from London's BBC is Mr. Blobby! Yeah, London's biggest monstrosity was scheduled to be in Bloodborne, but Mr. Miyazaki was like, "Nah, too predictable. Let's change it for a pig that can be fist." And that's how the actual Bloodborne started. So, Mr. Bloody, you are in the circle of hell, lava, and dirt. He goes with these other champs. Now, I kinda roasted Atari for his flimsy bow skills. And I mean, the kid had a complete game to develop, and that's the best that he can do? Jeez, no wonder Ragnarök is so upset with him. Not only has he made two disappointed attacks, but he also is hiding something in what it can be. The Philosopher's Stone? Atari, give me the Philosopher's Stone. No, I'm gonna kill you with the power of love. So, all of that is to say that Atari's only cool moment is when he is like, "Follow the arrow, the Gitas," and the Fenrir was like,
"Are you for a fucking real kid? He's dumb enough to. Oh, for the love of audio. He is dumbo. Just fall for the oldest breaking the book and transform his day into knowledge. Now you're going to be copied by the grapes, the donkey." That was even worse. I'm so sorry.
So yeah, he just goes straight next to Atari and Fem. That was awful. So yeah, he just goes straight next to Atari and Fenrir. You may be terrible boys, but your howl compensates everything. You're cool, Paul. Now, the entire trailer, Ragnarok is upset. And I mean, really upset. You can see him tackling a cow, kidnapping a girl and running from the wind's mother, walking into Dia's chamber, being unimpressed by a massive Medusa. I mean, how can you see that and not say,
Hey, boy, tell me, what the f is that and why are we not hunting it?
so, Big Medusa goes to the bottom since Ragnarok is like, meh. On partners, I can't keep up with this BS about Ragnarok's real name, so let's address him with his actual real in-game name, which obviously is a very short name and not difficult to pronounce like Ragnarok, because you know, he needs to have a very clear and extremely obvious name like, just give me a moment, dude. I know it. And his name is Rock. Yeah, his actual name is Rock, and Rock is definitely part of the House of Rock. What? You have never heard of the House of Rock? Well. Look how the roles have been reversed. Now who's the dumb one, huh? The House of Rock includes celebrities like Dwayne, Onyx, Rockman. Obviously Jack Black has been there, and of course, the leader of the House of Rock is Rock'n'Saber. So, rock and roll into this position, Rock. And talking about rolling, Mr. Corey not only invited Mr. Blobby's Bloodborne, but also invited a certain popular Dark Souls lord. Yes, you're right. I'm very proud to present to you the Lord of Cinder himself. Boom! Black Knight. And let me say, of all the enemies that are present on Dark Souls, you had to choose Black Knights? And the ones that used halberds? Are you kidding me, Cody? Having said that, the Black Knights really suck. Especially those two in the Breaking and Orlando. We all know who they are. So, Dark Souls Knights definitely share a spot next to the leaders. Oh, and Rick has a hanging head on his hip. No reason to explain in the trailer. So, imagine that you actually die in the bridge, and then this annoying dude is like, "You suck, motherfucker!" So, next to Dark Knight, you belong here, horny head. So, in the trailer you can see Loki several times, and Rock is having this awesome fight against Thor, which I'm truly excited to see. I have no idea why Rock is freaking Loki from hanging, and also I don't know the feud that Rock and Thor have, but this is gonna be such an epic fight. What? What did you say? Those aren't Loki and Thor? Oh, he's making a friendship with Asterix and beating the shit out of Obelix. My bad. After I watched these trailers several times to prove that God of War is having a huge crossover, I noticed that one of the Garudas is saying something peculiar. Let me show you. Did you hear it? Let's repeat it. She says, "For the All-Father." That means there's really only one All-Father, and oh no. So the entire point of this game is the unveiling of the true All-Father? I have to give you props, Mr. Barber. Making a crossover with Smash is truly ambitious. Now, after all the madness and craziness that you've heard and seen during the entire video, there's only one more place to the God of War. We've seen crossovers with the most unexpected games and characters. We've seen Rock smashing people in the face. We've heard a poorly attempt of mimicking Voldemort's voice. I'm sorry. And also, we've seen Cold Walker trying to bullshit us into belief that he always knew that the Inn had special parasites, and because Big Boss burned Quiet at the beginning of MGS5, Quiet's implanted with parasites, and now she has superpowers, but she has to be naked to not suffocate into it. That's great, but for some weird reason, these snipers with parasites are naked. Why? Please explain to us, Mr. Walker, why they are naked, but the big and muscular dudes or the emo twins are not. Talk about inconsistencies, my dude. If she's going to be naked, then all of them have to be naked, not just the ladies. That's just disgusting. One thing is to be sexy and empowered like Bayonetta, but another thing is just to show off female bodies and not even allow them to be boys and... Oh yeah, God of War. It's Rock'em Sakura. Subscribe!